The rain fell in sheets, cold and relentless. You pressed your umbrella tighter against the wind as thunder cracked overhead. The streets nearly empty except for the figure slumped against the alley wall. Blood. That was the first thing you noticed, dark and wet, running down his side. The second was his eyes. He looked at you like he hasn't seen a soul in years, like you were a ghost, or maybe he was. Are you okay? You asked, your voice so cautious. He didn't answer, just held your key. Said, leave now. But you didn't. You stepped forward and held your umbrella over him. He looked stunned. I'm not leaving someone to bleed in the rain, you whispered. His hand twitched like he was reaching for something, a gun, maybe, but he didn't move again. His chest rose and fell in shallow breath. You didn't know who he was, just a stranger in the dark. But you stayed until help arrived, or at least you thought it was help, because the next time you saw him, it wasn't in the rain. It was your apartment doorway, and he wasn't bleeding anymore. Jeon Jungkook, that name didn't belong in your world. He was legend and fear wrapped in one, a name whispered in shadows, mafia, dangerous, untouchable. You didn't know what terrified you more, his name or the way he looked at you, like you were something he already owned. You saved my life, he sat standing living room like he belonged there. I owe you. I didn't do anything. You replied, hurt, hammering. You were hurt. You gave me umbrella. He cut in. You stayed. I would have done it for anyone, but I'm not just anyone. That was the truth and the beginning. You started receiving gifts, a silk scarf, a black rose, a music box that played the same melody you hummed while washing dishes. How did he know? And then he appeared again. This time at your work. He didn't say anything, just stood by exit until you saw him. His eyes never left yours. Why are you following me? You asked outside, your breath clouding in the cold night air. I'm not following, he said, stepping closer. I am watching what's mine. I'm not yours. He tilted his head. You think I let people touch me, see me, save me? You think I just let anyone get that close? You should have run. You wanted to, but something about him pulled you like gravity, like danger disguised as devotion. The first time you saw him kill a man, you couldn't breathe. It wasn't in cold blood that had not exactly. The man had threatened you, tried to grab you outside a bar, and Jungkook slit his throat like it was nothing. Afterward, he didn't spoke, just sat beside you in the back seat of his car while your hands shook. He touched what's mine, he said finally, voice quiet. No one touches what's mine. I'm not. You are. He took your hand, and just like that, your fate was sealed. His world was chaos, guns, codes, men who both when he entered a room, but with you, he was different. Gentle almost. In the way he brushed your hair from your face, in the way he carried you to bed when you fall asleep on the couch, in the way he held your hand under the table when deals were made blood, but his possessiveness never wavered. He installed cameras outside your apartment, assigned guard. Every time you tried to pull away, he pulled harder. You think I'm dangerous? He whispered against your skin one night. You nodded. You are right, he breathed, but I do burn this city for you. One night beneath a sky stained crimson by a rare blood moon, you found him standing on the rooftop, staring at the stars. He didn't look like a killer. He looked like a man haunted by past. They say blood moons are omens. You said softly. He turned their warnings of what? That something precious is about to be taken. You walked to him, heart aching. I'm not going anywhere. I killed my own uncle to protect you. He whispered, did you know that? Your eyes widened. He ordered your death. I didn't hesitate and I never. Why me, Jungkook? You whispered, why are you so obsessed? He closed the space between you. Because the night you stood in that train with me, you didn't see a monster. You saw a man. He cupped your face, eyes burning. And now this monster belongs to you. You could have left so many times, but you didn't. You stayed when the police came knocking. You stayed when another mafia family threatened war. You stayed when Jungkook told you he wasn't a good man and never would be. Because under all the darkness, all the blood, he never lied to you. And his love, twisted, possessive, all-consuming, was real. So when he got shot protecting you, you didn't hesitate either. You held him in your arms, screamed for help, cried into his blood-soaked shirt. You can't die. You sobbed, not after everything, not after this. He smiled through the pain, told you blood moons are warning. Shut up. You cried, you owe me, remember. His fingers brushed your cheek, trembling. I love you, Vine. You kissed him, held him, and refused to let him go. Weeks later, he woke up in a safe house on the coast. You were the first thing he saw, alive, still his feared and beautiful as ever. And under that second blood moon, far from the city that bleed and burned for your love, you kissed him like a promise. And Jeon Jungkook, Mafia King, monster obsession, smiled like a man who finally found peace. Because beneath the blood moon, the devil got his angel, and he would never let her go.